All right, hello folks, and welcome to the stream. So hopefully over the next week I'll be streaming some more than usual because I'm not teaching this week. I am preparing, as I am always, for an upcoming class, but I'll have enough time to stream, I hope. And what I'll be working on today is a project I recently started, which is something to help me manage mob programming sessions. So what this tool is basically a way to coordinate. So I'm starting to run multiple weekly sessions, and they have different folks who can join. So I need to manage that, figure out who's going to which. I have a size cap, so I can only have, or I only want 5 people. So Simon Gearing, meet. Watch out for the Wile E. Coyote. Nice to see you. It's I guess it's not surprising. I guess I hadn't really thought about how many moving parts there are to running multiple mob programming sessions. So I've got to know sort of who's signed up, cap that limit, cap the size, limit the size. Know if they've been there before, so I know if I need to hook them up, and sort of as part of that, do I need to hook them up to the GitHub repository we're using? Do I need to provide them with other information? Ultimately, hooking up to all the APIs so that I don't even have to do manually the GitHub. We have a mob timer, so I need to populate that with the people who are in the mob. Yeah, so a whole bunch of different things, and I've been doing it manually, and it's just kind of annoying. Mainly the communication, like letting people know here's the Zoom link for this session, here's the repo we're using, etc., etc. So it's a bit like herding sheep as programmers. Yeah, it's not the herding is less of a problem. It's more just letting them know that they've been herded. So, but my goal is sort of MVP-like. It's like the minimum I want is just some way to track who's in what. And I've been using Discord as the main means of communication, but I don't want to sort of require that people be on Discord. So I just restarted my machine, and so IntelliJ is not up. So let's open up IntelliJ. Yeah, I guess I'll load that up. Wait till that loads. Okay, so yep, all right, there we go. Here we are. Welcome to the project. Oh, let me update. The stream has started, so I'm probably going to go till around 5. So what's that? 2 hours and a bit. So that's we'll see how far we can get. Hey, Outernet, welcome to the coding stream. I'll probably do. I've been doing some music stuff, although not as frequently as I'd like, due to some health issues. But I have recently been collecting foot controller pedals for some reason. On my last recent stream, we looked at the Nectar. I got the Exonic Airstep and the Behringer foot controllers coming at some point. So once I get the Behringer, I'll do a stream with both new foot controllers, and then finally make a decision and return the others. So that, look out for that. soon-ish. Because it was supposed to be delivered yesterday, and now it's like, well, now at least it's in Stockton, which is close by, but who knows when it'll actually be at my door. So anyway, let's see. So supposedly I had a failing test to remind me where I was. Let's actually go to the project info. So let's close that. Let's close that. So let's see. So minimal requirements are I need people to be able to register, limit registration to 5 per huddle. Calendars, GitHub, MobiTime, Zoom. Was there anything else? I think that was it. So for me to be able to create a dashboard, so when I create a new huddle, the things that it needs are basically so date, time, I already mentioned that down here, and topic. Date, time, duration, and topic. So right now I've been running 90-minute mob sessions, which have really been more like 100 minutes, 105 minutes, which is fine. But I'm thinking about offering different lengths. Hey, the Grumpy Game Dev, welcome, welcome. So I'm thinking about offering longer ones so that we can sort of get more done and sort of lower the overhead of getting initially started. So that's a possibility. And also I'm thinking of having multiple streams of development, as it were. But they feel like 3 hours due to cringy silence. I don't think we've had a session with cringy silence. Maybe I've had cringy silence on my stream here, but I don't think we've had that in the mobs. Yeah, so think about, so right now I've been using mainly just to get people used to mob programming and practice a little bit of TDD and making sure that we know the process and refactoring, things like that. But this project itself, I've thought might be interesting because it's more realistic than the blackjack game. Not that that's not realistic, but this one is more realistic. And doing that during a mob programming session, because, you know, that way I get y'all to work for me. I don't know. Yes, the meta-ness would definitely be a plus. Yes, mob program, the mob programming management thing. Yes, mobception. Oh dear. Okay. So where did we leave off? Let's run our tests. Mobception? Maybe. So I have a failing test, and I think that test was done on purpose to remind me where I left off. So let's see if that's true. So I think that's what we wanted to, right, because we have dashboard, and so dashboard has a list of huddle summaries. We had the huddle summary view, and now we want huddle that shows the detail for a specific instance of a huddle. So let's go implement that. So fails as expected. So oh, in today's mob programming session was really interesting, and I have to sort of extract it because so I have sort of two policies for when I'm doing TDD. One is that never trust a test that hasn't failed, And the other is predict if it's going to fail, how it's going to fail before running. Today, a prediction was wrong, and we looked into it, and it was very useful because the test was failing, but failing for the wrong reason. So we fixed it, and then we had it fail for the right reason. And that was important because if it failed for the wrong reason and we fixed what we thought we were fixing or implemented what we thought we were implementing, it would have been fine. The test would have passed. But then if it later failed for some reason, it would have failed in a way that somebody might be confused as to what the heck is going on. So I thought that was really good. Grumpy Game Dev says, I was thinking about this thing. An idea to consider is to make a Discord adapter. Yes. Did I not have that in my project file? No. But yes, that was definitely something I had thought about, so thank you. Simon Gary, if Mob is programming the app to organize the mob, is this self-organizing programming teams? No comment. My brain hurts. All right, so this test fails. Let's create an endpoint for it. So this is the Huddle endpoint. Eventually, whoops. So this is Huddle detail view. And this is Huddle detail. Huddle view, Huddle detail. All right, this should fail because there is no HTML file representing the Huddle detail. It's getting way too meta, need a drink. Yeah, I could use a drink. It's too early for me to drink though. Or at least drink something that is, yeah. Anyway, so this should fail because the template is not found. And it does, so let's go fix that. Where are my templates? Template. There's my dashboard. So what did I want to see on the... Let's just copy this one. And this is Huddle detail. Huddle details. Oh, I guess actually I should fix that. I should say huddles. And let's see, what do we want to display? So that's not that file, not that file. So name, date, time. Oh, and I guess now since I said I wanted that, why won't you line up? Duration, and topic. Hey, Doa to Attitude. All right, so that's what we want. I'm just going to copy that into here and paste that here. So we got name, date, time. So this is the detail page. So I'm not going to display it as a table. Yeah, I'm not going to display this as a table. This is just going to be detail for something. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. So name. What do I want that to look like? Sup. What do I want this to look like? I guess just, what's the simplest thing I could do? Yeah, so let's do, we'll just put them in a p tag for now. So name, and then we'll put a span. Is it name or topic? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to think about that. So this is gonna be th text, and I'll want something in there. I'm not sure quite what. So this is date time, and then duration, and then size. So put this in a P, whoops, put this in a P, and put this, okay. And I'm going to do similar stuff for the span. So daytime, duration. Is topic the same as name? What do I want the dates to look like? Good old Americanism. So April 24, 2021. 10 AM PDT. Right. Duration 90 minutes. Hey, viable clan member. The th tech stuff is part of the time leaf templating magic. And we'll see how that looks when I finally figure out what variable I want. Topic, that's going to be blackjack. And size, current size, 405. So this will be huddle.name. Huddle. Oh, I should just do it with object. This is all going to be Huddle stuff, so let's do that. And I always forget how to do that syntax, which is why I have a cookbook. Yeah, well, I'm an American, so we like our dates this way, as wacky as that is. So I'm sticking with it. And I can get rid of this other stuff. So that'll be name, that'll be start, date, time. That'll be duration, topic, and size. Hello, Chapeau, welcome. Yeah, if I was doing something where it would require sort of sorting or something, then I might put it in different date formats. But this view is for me, so I'm the customer, so I want that date format. For the registration screen, that I would think about doing something slightly different. Dates in Roman numerals. Yeah, so we totally love to be awkward. I mean, to a certain extent, like, this is how we I talk about dates, we say April 24th, 2021, so it replicates that. But yeah, it really, from a sort of logical sense, it makes no sense. I totally agree. It's okay. So I need to use the syntax for time leaf, and I forget what that is. Yes, time is date, time, time zones. Time is very hard. What does my computer clock say? My computer clock says 3 p.m. 3:01 p.m. Okay, so I need to look up time leaf. What version are they on? Oh, do I have 3.0.12? Docs. I think that's the one I want. That's the command object. Model attributes. I don't know what to call it. TH object. Oh, it's yeah, that's syntax. But that's for input. Will that work for output? Can I do a TH object without a form? No, well, maybe I can, but I'm not going to try that out now. I'll go with old reliable. So let's do this. So I'll just say huddle.name. Okay. Senator, if you want to do it properly, ISO on the server and localization on the browser. Yeah, I don't want to do a bunch of work. I would like to eventually provide links for calendar invites and that kind of thing. Let me make a note of that, but that's definitely under the nice to have. So World Time Buddy is the site I like to use. Links for huddles and or, because I already have sort of link with calendars, although both theirs and mine. At least for the date on my computer, it doesn't have either format. It actually says, although you can only see part of it up here, it says Saturday, April 24. So I don't even have the digit version, the numeric version of the dates, because I don't care about the year. I know what year it is. So I just have it say Saturday, April 24. Cloud time. Yeah, this is one of those things where all the date time stuff could completely overwhelm the rest of the functionality, which is why that's all like nice to have stuff. All right, so let's go back here. I don't think I need these styles since I'm not doing tables. But I'll leave that there. All right, so that should fix the test. So at least we're returning a file. No! Why not? Oh, because it's trying to evaluate the expression. Yeah, okay, duh. So let's comment that out for a second. Now it should pass. It's March 2020. That's true. It's what, day 400 of March 400 and something 2020. Yeah. All right. So test pass. Let's create a detail view. Yeah, we'll create a detail view. So huddle detail view. That goes in. See now, why? Why is IntelliJ suggesting to put it in the test directory? The file in which I created it from is not in the test directory. I have to check on the status of that bug because that's really annoying. So create a new one of these. Are we creating a new one? Yeah, sure. And then we'll put it in a variable. I don't need as much space for this. And then I will add that attribute under huddle to be huddle detail view. All right, so that will get us closer. Let's go create the huddle detail view. Oh, did we find out that we can use records? Yes, we can use records. Hallelujah. So we'll just create a record for this. And so what we want is a string for the name. It's been March 20 for quite some time. Best month for introverts ever. Hey, Tramstars! You would suggest use Eclipse if I don't want to have that bug. Nice troll attempt. Simon, yeah, it should default to the same directory as where like the context of I'm creating. I don't know why it does that. That's why I file a bug, because it should not do that. It should be related to the file in which you invoked the action. That's relative to where it should be, because that's usually what I do. So string name. This is going to just be string start date time. Because this is a DTO, so we can just do string, duration, string topic, and string size. And I'm going to use int size for that. What is up with the indenting? Okay. That looks cool. So now our test should still pass. Yeah, records. Viable clan member. I was configuring my ESLint rules for ID length and saw it supports a maximum. Is ID length like the name of some variable or other identifier? Oh, duh. I basically created a constructor and I'm not calling anything. So let's see. So what do we want here? We want name 04/24/2021 10 a.m. PDT. That's going to be fun to generate. Duration 90 minutes. Topic blackjack, and size is 4. Okay. Try that again. All right, success. So we've got that working. Although at some point we'll need some identifier to specify the huddle. Do I want to do that next? What do I want to do next? I think, so this provides us with the view, but we need to be able to link the views. Tramstar is because the view is a DTO, and maybe at some point, like really, I don't want to provide a local date time to basically the time leaf template, because I want it to be just a string, and I'll figure out on the server at some point. I would provide a date and then have the browser change that, but right now that's complexity I don't want. So that's why. Oh, and dang it. Did I disable flu bits? I meant to have that on. Oh, no, it's enabled. Share project publicly. That's interesting. Now, why would this certificate not be trusted? It's issued by Let's Encrypt. That's interesting. I have not seen that before, but I will accept it. Sure. All right. So anybody wants to join with flu bits, that might work. No guarantees. I make no guarantees, no warranties. The Grumpy Game Dev depends on the issuer, but Let's Encrypt is a top level trusted thing. So I'm surprised that it had that problem. I wonder if that's a bug, because I am using the early access of the next release of IntelliJ. So I don't know. Hey, Malevolent Dice. Why don't I indent my HTML? I haven't fully finished it, and so I haven't formatted it. I tend not to indent the body, because that means like then the majority of the file is indented for no real purpose. I do tend to indent past that, but I don't have a strong style for that. Okay, so what do I want to do next? Other than commit. So I implemented view integration test and not implemented. Integration test for Huddle detail view passes and page exists with basic content. All right. So I've got the basic endpoints. It's returning just basic views. Let's just see what it looks like. Oop, right. I probably should create a home page. So that's my dashboard. And that's my huddle. Beautiful, I know. Okay, so those are working, of course, as expected. Do I want to provide a link from those to that? For that, I'm going to need to start diving into some domain work. So let's do that. So we'll stop the app. Oh. I don't need FluBits to tell me. FluBits notifications. No pop-up. Thank you. Okay. So initially what I want is I'm fine with sort of manually entering the information. So what information do I want? I guess, do I want to create a session next? So I can sort of see existing huddles, although that's really all faked. I can view the details. Oh yeah, I need to see the participants. So I'm not quite done with that. I think let's create some domain objects for this. So we're going to have, let's see, so what classes do we want? We want a huddle. And that's probably good enough for the detail that we're showing now. So I'll have a huddle repository. When I feel like I'm missing something. I think that's what I want. And so I could push down from my controller to force it to create a service. So let's go do that. So I've got a dashboard controller test. And actually I'm going to turn off the split view because right. Okay. So now I need to drop back down into this test. Okay. So what I want to do here is I want to have basically a huddle service. Oops. And that goes in here, but that's domain. Seriously? I wonder if there's a problem with my template. I'll have to fix that. Sorry, I need to go look at my templates for a second. File, code templates, class, file header. The file header is empty. So that's fine, but why is it not putting enough space here? I feel like that should be on the next line. All right. Let's try that. let's go create that. That goes in domain. All right, that's better. Okay, and then what I want is that. Create a constructor for that. But I won't do anything else. This will end up being auto-wired. So Spring is not happy with it, but I don't care about Spring right now. So this shouldn't change anything. This should still run all the tests if I actually ran the tests. Do I want to... I keep thinking I want like a different shortcut for specifically running the test, and I think I might have to create that, but not right now. And that's not what I wanted either. I wanted all the tests. All right, well, I expected all the Spring-based tests to fail, so that's fine. I guess let's fix that. There's no reason why I can't fix that. So let's go into MobOrg application. And we'll provide a bean for the Huddle service. And that should make everybody happy. And it does. So, okay, I thought I told Flubits to be quiet, but apparently it's not listening to me. Oh, I don't want to change those settings. All right. Okay, what's the difference between Flubits and Flubits notifications? No pop-up. Okay, I don't know what the difference is between those two, but clearly one is not the other. Okay, so what I want is to have a method on the service for finding all active huddles or future huddles. That's actually a good question. What do I want to happen to huddles that have been completed? That'll be an interesting question. But right now, what I want is to basically push down what I'm currently, whoops. I want to push down what I'm currently faking in here with information retrieved from our service. So let's do that. So this is going to be, instead of Huddle summary view passing in literals, we're going to say Huddle summary view from huddles. So let's get that. No, not rename. Why are those the only options? All right, let's create a local variable for that. And that's going to be huddle. No, huddle. Hey, we don't have a huddle object. We should go create one of those. But that's actually going to be, is it going to be a list of huddle? We'll do a list of huddle for now. Go and create that. That goes in our domain. And now that we have that, now why What? Oh, it's a record. Can you not have a static method on a record? I'm really new to records. Is that why it's complaining? Hmm. That would be kind of a bummer, but I guess I could pull it into a translator. What do I want to do here? Because I haven't used records in this way before, but they're awful convenient. So yeah, I mean, basically it's a class. What I'm trying to think about is like, is that sort of the is that the way I want to do it? So Huddle summary view. So I can have a static method that returns a Huddle summary view. Okay. So why didn't it let me create it? Is that just a bug in IntelliJ? Because now it should let me fix it, right? No. Why are you not letting me fix it? It's fine, I'll initialize it. There, you happy? Oh, so the fact that it wasn't initialized, it was preventing me from doing what I wanted to do. That was annoying. All right, so let's take a step back. Let's go back here. Let's delete that. Go back here, and now it has me create method. So that was interesting. The fact that I declared it, but I didn't actually assign it, prevented it from understanding what I was passing in. All right, let's go create that method. That'll be fine for now. Yes, I'm aware that it's null, so what we'll do is we'll ask the service for it. What do we want to call this? Not sure if I should put a find in front of that. Normally I would, but I wonder how that looks. Let's go with that. So let's return. We're trying to get a test to pass, right? There should be a failing test. Whoops. Would help if I... So we currently have some tests failing. Yes? Yes, the one we're really concerned about is the dashboard controller test. Because we're now trying to move that the literal stuff that I had in the controller. I'm trying to now push it into the domain so I can finally start creating some of that stuff. So that's the current failing test. So let's say list of Huddle singleton list of Huddle. Let's do that. Tramstars, what's your opinion on sending domain object from controller to service? Domain object from controller to service, which have some attributes null. Well, I wouldn't be sending... So for me, if it's a domain object, I wouldn't be wanting for it to be valid if some of its properties are, some of its information is null. But if I'm sending a DTO that's some kind of search, I guess it depends what are you sending from the controller to the service for? Is it a search query, or is it create this thing but not all the data is available? It kind of depends. Some guarantee personally keep fine for methods that accept search criteria. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I kind of like active huddles. Let's say you want to edit entity in database. If you're editing an entity, why would some attributes be null? I mean, unless they're nullable, in which case I'd probably question why they're nullable, but it depends on the data you're editing. So let's see, in Huddle, for now what we want is private string name, private, what was it? What do we say? This was going to be, is it zone or offset datetime? Every time I look at it, I forget the difference. Datetime with an offset from UTC. Versus zone datetime, which has, so this has an hour minute offset versus this, which has the item. Okay, that's what I want. I always forget. If you could only edit 2, then I would have a DTO that only had fields for those things that are editable. And then that would be what's passed into the service, and then the service would merge the two, would apply those edits to the domain object, if that makes sense. So this is start date time and private and no, I wouldn't be passing the DTO directly to the service. I'd be pulling out the pieces that you were editing. But if it could be a lot, then I'd probably create. What would I do in that case? Yeah, it's hard for me to say what yeah, so I wouldn't pass the DTO to the service because that would cross the boundary. But I'm fine with, like, here's the 2 fields I want to edit. Please update these 2 fields. But if it started to be more than just a couple, then I'd want some kind of domain-specific parameter object. So I'd have a Huddle edit object or something like that. That's in the domain. Or I might just have yeah, it depends on sort of how much could be editable, how big the things are, and how much is editable versus not editable. Because another option is yeah, one way or another, you're gonna either have a bunch of parameters or you're gonna have a parameter object that represents it. And yeah, it's more, it is a bit of a mapping issue as well. And like Simon says, it's like, it's unclear to me where the responsibilities need to be split. If it's really just data editing and there are no rules about it, there are probably going to be some rules about it. Is everybody able to edit the same thing? Do you need to validate the fields that you're editing? Who does that validation? And that's where sort of having types for all the things you're editing makes that a bit easier. But yeah, there's several ways I might do it. I'd probably just start off with parameters, and once that got got too much, then I'd see where I'd want to sort of split things around. What do I want to call this? This is basically registered? Number registered? Didn't we go through this before? I feel like we were naming this last time. I don't remember what we came up with. Did we come up with something else somewhere? What was in the Huddle summary view? Hey, look, it says number registered. So that must mean it's right. Okay, so we want to, let's create a constructor for now. Where we create it with the name and a zone datetime. So here, that means name and zone datetime of, oh, it can just be now for now. And then number registered starts at 0, so that's fine. Okay. So then our Huddle summary view I feel like I'm writing too much without a test here. I need a product owner. I am the product owner. I guess it's okay. And then once I finish sort of doing the deep dive, then I'll sort of start thinking about what I want from the service. So that's fine. Can chat be, well, I mean, chat certainly can contribute ideas, as they always do. That's where Huddle came from the Grumpy Game Dev. It's my water. Twitch plays data dictionary. Oh no. Okay. So this is testing that I got a summary view. So actually, I think that's sufficient because I've got that. The service, which is where I was. What am I thinking of? Converts it to huddles. This is then called by here. This returns null, so this we need to fix. And so this is huddles stream map. No, what am I doing? No, my return value is wrong. That's why I'm confused. Okay. So do I want to convert? Yeah, so either this is a list of, that's what I want. So this is actually the list. And then this is just that. Oops. And then let's rename that to views. And then this, let's change the return type to that. Okay, now that's better. I was like, why am I returning a single instance when I want to map? So let's do a map now. Yeah, I don't know if I yet want a mapping test, but I probably will at some point. So we're going to map from. So this is where, like, I like the method name from when it's static, but when it's used in a mapper, when it's used in a stream map as a method handle, it's not as nice. So how about we call it toView, and then we'll collect. Didn't they add, was that in Java 16 or was that in the later one where there's a convenience method for toList? So let's go create that. ToView should be a method. So that's return public static huddle summary view to view of a huddle. So if I want, do I have to clarify this one? Yes, okay. Wasn't sure about that. Tramstars, did you guys use mapping libraries? So of the mapping libraries I've looked at for Java, I like MapStruct. The reason why I like MapStruct, not Maps Google, MapStruct, is because, Spring extensions, is because you could set the default such that it wouldn't map anything unless you explicitly said you wanted to map these fields. Because one of the things I'm concerned about using automated mappers is unintentionally revealing information from your domain model. So I like this one. And maybe I'll add that to, maybe I'll try that out. It's been a while since I've looked at it. But when I was looking at the different ones, this is the one that I thought was the most straightforward. Well, straightforward. Not that any of them are really straightforward, but anyway. So this is one I liked. So let's return new huddle summary view, and now we're just transforming. So what does that take? Takes a name. So from the huddle, you just say name, huddle, start, date, time, to string, and then huddle number registered. Let's go create those methods. Public 7-day time. No, not get. Don't you know me by now? Now, what is the problem here? Field name may be final. Sure. Do I want time to be final? Sure. What is the problem here? See, this is what I dislike about this thing, and I gotta figure out what the setting is to turn it off, is because it's not always up to date. And so it's like, I'll figure it out when I compile. When I try to run my tests, then I'll know something's wrong. But like, it's not compiling enough for it to update. Hey, look, the test passed. How about that? Looking forward to the next version of AutoMapper for .NET. Takes advantage of the new .NET 5 compilation time code generator stuff, so no runtime performance hit. Oh, neat. That'll be good. This is never assigned. Let's assign it. Hey, Wheatlaw, it is still AutoMapper. I have no horse in that race, as they say. All right, so all a test pass. Let's just run it. Nothing should have changed. All that was just sort of pushing stuff down into the domain, so nothing really changed. Except that we now have an actual date time. Isn't that a lovely display of the date time, though? Very nice, very readable. Absolutely. Did we really need like this? But, you know, hey, it's correct. And that's dashboard, and this is Huddle, which is still showing fake stuff, so we'll fix that. That's not ISO 8601. I have no idea what the standard is that it thinks it's using for toString. Oh, yeah, okay, so that's that. Okay, so we have converted the dashboard view. So we grab the active huddles, we convert them to views, put it in the model, and that's what we get. In our huddle service, we're still faking the huddles. We should probably push that somewhere else, but for now, that's okay. Oh, hey, Tuneless Chan, nice to see you. Yes, and the meeting will start exactly at that time. Hey, Kanishmani, yes, I am using Timeleaf. Sorry, it was hard to read your name because for some reason it's showing up as like a really dark purple against black in the standard chat window, and so sorry about that. But yes, I'm using Timeleaf. All right, so what's next? Let's do commit pushed, actually, whoops, created huddle and huddle service in the domain. For meetings, you should use a local date time and a separate zone ID. Retains its value even with changes to the calendar. I thought zone, again, this is it's been a while since I've looked at these. I thought zone date time would do that. Won't, when I convert the local date time, convert it to a local date time, it'll take that into account? I don't know. Again, it's been a while. So it uses a zone offset. Uses a time zone with a zone offset. So is that the right thing? I don't know. Hurts my head. Let's see, how far away do I have to worry about that? So we just changed to daylight savings time. We won't change until what, November? I think I'm okay with figuring that out later. Hey, Kenny's Prog Rock Jukebox, welcome. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna kick the can down the road and basically say, do I need to worry about this when we switch back to standard time? So for now, I'm kicking the can down the road. All right, so all our tests are passing. We just did a commit. So the next thing is we've created a huddle. What do we want to test around this? Right now it's just a bit of, there's no behavior yet here, so there's not much to test at this point. Huddle service. Do I want to create a repository at this point so I can start storing some of this? So I can create an in-memory one, and then the service can query that. Oh, Huddle should have an ID. Yeah, Huddle needs an ID. Let's give Huddle an ID. Now, what kind of ID do we want to give it? Do we want to use a long or UUID? What's the difference between instant and local data? Oh, all right, I'll take a look at that. Hey, I am Jets. Nice to see you. Yeah, so I could either create the repository and fill the data with stuff during startup, or I could go and create the create huddle functionality. I think either way I'll need an ID, but I can probably go with a long for that, but I'll defer that. So what's the behavior I want when I create a huddle? I don't think I need to do completely outside in for this because I know the information I need. It is basically the name, the start date, time. Right now, I think capacity will be, or sort of maximum capacity will be global. So that'll be managed by Huddle. So Huddle will be the aggregate. Participants, we're gonna need participants at some point, but not when I create them. Oh dear Lord. Okay, I will definitely look at this later. Okay, so the behavior I want is we want to be able to create a new huddle given its name, start date, time. I guess I could throw in a duration. I don't think I need the duration right now. I'll just assume they're 90 minutes. Yeah, I will take the time to read it. It's not I won't read it now. Hey, it's my water. Description question mark. I'm not sure what you're asking. I can interpret that in at least 3 ways, so why don't you tell me what you're asking? So name, is that all I need? I'm actually kind of struggling with name. Like, what do I call these things? Right now, it's been mob programming session number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Oh, description. I actually have some other stuff. I have topic for that. So I don't need something called description. I'm even having a hard time coming up with name. So I do have topic because I have sort of multiple streams of what we'd be working on in the mob. So that would be the topic, either blackjack or actually this application. But I'm wondering what name it will be. How do I call these things? It might just be mob number 4. I guess I'll find out once I start using it what this is for. Do I want an auto increment number? No, I don't think I want that. All right, so yeah, what's interesting is there are other, and that actually prompted me. It's my water. There is probably something related to for huddles. Besides the participants, there's also goals of the huddle. So we have what we call missions that we do, and we try to get those missions complete, or at least get moving towards completing the mission. So that'll be useful for details of the huddle. Okay, so what's the test I'm going to write here? So for service, what we're saying, that reminds me, that's another bug I need to fix. I mean, I need to have them fix. And I'm not sure whose fault it is. So this dialog, which you get with go to test, navigate go to test, if there's already a test, for some reason it goes right to it instead of giving me the choice to create yet another one. And I don't know if that's a setting I've unintentionally changed or if that's a regression in the behavior. I actually should go and load up when that was working in IntelliJ. But it's very annoying because I like to have multiple tests. And so navigate, go to test. I want to create a test. So create test. Hey, Information Rocket. I don't know, when it comes to IntelliJ, I've been using it for so long that I notice when behaviors have shifted. And so therefore, I'm fine with blaming IntelliJ. But it could be me. I could have said something. But I have to remember to investigate that. Damn it, who made this pen? Oh wait, I did. Okay. So what do I want from the service? Do I want to create another method or do I want to use this one? So I want to create a huddle, and then when I ask for all huddles, it should return that one. Hey, Kuros. Oh, you noticed that problem with the early access? I've noticed that though, even in the production, the release ones. This isn't a new problem. This has been actually bugging me for months now, and I keep forgetting to investigate. So I'm glad somebody's confirmed additional experience with that. So maybe it actually is not me. All right, so let's go huddle service test. Let's call this huddle service create test. Nope. Tramstars, you can make inner class. Oh, you mean sort of nested test classes? I don't know. And so I had someone ask me in a class about inner classes. I had somebody ask me in a training course about inner classes. I just don't use them a lot, and maybe it's just me. But I feel like they are hard. They're hard for me to sort of find, and then sort of maybe from tests it's fine, but inner classes in production code, unless it's truly like inner and you don't really see it from the outside, it feels like it just, I don't know. There's something about it that I'm just not comfortable with, and it could be I just don't know how to use them well. For tests, the whole point of me for splitting out the tests into multiple classes is I want to see easily that that there's multiple of them and that it's a bit easier to find. Also, I tend to like from a sort of change management standpoint, I don't want like one file to be changing a lot. I'd rather split it out, but again, that's just what I'm used to. No, definitely not you and my team. Every time we curse intelligent, go create the test manual. All right, glad it's not just me. And yeah, and now that I've written a post-it note, I will absolutely research it. And if there's, I think I did look to see if there was already a bug in the bug database in the utrack. I don't think I came across it, but good to have that confirmed. All right, so the test that we want is create huddle is, do I want to start with 0? No, I don't think I need to start with 0. Create huddle is found is found is Kanishima, you're struggling with times and can't find a solution. Oh no! What are you struggling with? Oh, thank you for hitting that Discord, Tramstars. Appreciate that. Okay, so if we create a huddle, so we're going to basically get a service. So a huddle service, we'll create one. And we're saying if we do huddle service create huddle, is that redundant? Doesn't quite feel redundant because it's on a service. So I'll say create huddle, and basically takes a name and a zone date time. I don't care what it is, so I'll just use now. Create that method. Won't do anything. And what can we assert? What we're going to assert is that when I go ask the huddle service, all huddles, I'm going to say that this returns list of huddle. I guess I could return null. That's probably good enough for now. Oh, there are lots of things I care about time that for now I'm not going to worry about. There's definitely a lot of stuff I'd validate around the creation of a Huddle instance where, yes, in fact, I probably want a minimum time in the future. If I'm creating one and I'm creating one for like in 5 minutes, well, I guess I could. It's like, oh no, I forgot to create one, but that would kind of be weird. But certainly, yes, in the future, and not too far in the future. So at least that, for some definition of not too far in the future. So kind of if I add a task, I set a time in hours and minutes, like 0:50, but I want the time in minutes as the task has started. Oh, offhand, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at that. Yeah, times. I used to do so much stuff with time and time zones and things like that when I was working on an insurance billing product, but I haven't touched that stuff in 6 years. So, yeah. All right. So this test should fail because right now we're not returning anything. We're returning null. So that'll fail. Let's just run this test. All right, so that fails. So we could return an empty list, but that will be the same result, that it would fail. Hey, happy puppy tail. Do I use @nullable? I don't use a lot of those annotations. Mainly because I want to avoid nulls altogether, so I don't want anything nullable. I would push any nulls that I'd have all the way out to the edge. I don't use it a lot. I use it sometimes when do I use it? I haven't used it in a while, but I have used it in the past. It's fine. It's useful if I'm working with a code base I can't change a lot, but I haven't used it a lot. Yeah, I certainly don't want anything stored in the database. I don't think I want any nulls in the database, but that's a database decision. So what do I want to do here to fix this test? Do I want to push this further, or do I want to sort of fake it at this level? So I could, in the service, store the list, but we know that violates the statelessness of a service. So let's go ahead and push into a repository. Is that taking too big of a jump? Do I feel okay with that big of a jump? Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. So let's go create, private final Huddle repository. That's an interface. It's in our domain. You didn't just put this in the test directory, did you? IntelliJ! Try again, buddy. I'm onto your tricks. Okay. Let's create a constructor. Now we've got 3 problems. Oh, I'm a bit of a maniac of trying to use the keyboard as much as possible. So create huddle service, new huddle service. That will need to be injected. For now, I'm just going to say null. At some point, that'll cause a problem. Here, I'm also going to put null. And here, null as well. Boy, that's going to break a bunch of stuff. So now that that's there, what do I want to do here is huddle repository save. Actually, I should create a new huddle. So huddle new name zone date time, and then repository save huddle. So let's add that. It should actually return a huddle instance. Okay, and so now I need an implementation. Happy Puppy Tail, do I use one of those fancy split ergo keyboards? No, I don't. I've tried to use them in the past. I am just too lazy to relearn how to type. I never really learned how to type well, and I've occasionally gone on efforts to improve my typing, and those have been short-lived. So I just use my what the heck's the name of this one? I've forgotten what it is. Oh, the Keychron. Yeah, so this is the Keychron K8 wireless, which I really like. It has just enough click. The only problem is that the wiring for the power is 180 degrees off of what it should be. So. Oh, look, I forgot that I had a keyboard command. Thank you, Tramstars. I guess I can take out the still getting used to it part. I should edit that. I gotta go edit that. Or I'll remind myself to edit it. Okay. Yeah, the biggest problem is for a while I was switching back and forth between a MacBook Pro keyboard and this keyboard. MacBook Pro keyboard, if you know it, has a function key in the lower left. This has a function key in a completely different place. But now I just don't use the function key much anymore. But all right, so we've probably got a bunch of tests failing, right? Let's just run the service create test. Yeah, so that's fine because it's null. So let's go to the repository. Let's go create an implementation. Oops. In memory. Return huddle. I guess that'll at least be not null. So let's go back and in our huddle service create test, we'll create new in memory. So now that'll fail differently, right? Because we're not actually saving anything. Now, why did flubits open up? Hey, no functor 0. Yeah, so this is the reason I'm using Huddle is because this is for scheduling mob programming sessions. Problem is the word session is so incredibly overloaded that I wanted a different term, and the Grumpy Game Dev the other day came up with the term huddle, and I really like that because it's very not ambiguous and not overloaded at all. So, but it does mean that somebody new would not know what it means. All right, so we now need to have this talk to the repository and find all. Let's go create that. We'll implement it. We'll return an empty list for now. So we won't get null, but we'll get basically, yeah, size 1. Oh, you edited it for me? Thank you. Yep, thank you. Appreciate that. Perfect. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I'd want to say at this point, so thanks. Okay, so this fails because it's not actually storing anything in the in-memory repository, so let's go do that. For now, I'm just going to have a list. At some point when I need to assign IDs and look up by IDs, I'll convert this to a map. So this is storing huddle, huddles, array list, and now save will basically huddles add huddle. That should still fail because we're not returning anything, and now we'll return list copy of huddles. I know copying it is probably a bit overkill, but let's be defensive. So this should work. Yeah, it does. So would I schedule a huddle? Yes, I would schedule a huddle. Just thinking. I might change the schedule of a, so it feels like schedule is actually not enough. I need to create one and then I might change its schedule. Because to me, schedule is also sort of a bit of an overloaded term. Were you asking because of the terms I'm using in the code or something else? All right, let's run all the tests. So the other tests will fail because we have nulls for our repository. So we'll go fix those. Oh, I guess nobody's querying it in the. All right, so we have an in-memory huddle repository. Created huddle is returned for all huddles. Yeah, no, that's what I figured you were going at. I agree. I don't like create. So I'm probably being over thoughtful at this point. What would the button be? Would it be create or schedule? I guess schedule as a verb in that way, and then it would be a reschedule. Yeah, actually that's probably fine. So sure. I am actually, let's change this. So we're going to call this do that. We'll rename this to schedule. Do we have create anywhere else? Name of the test. I guess I should be consistent here. Thank you, Endo0. Appreciate that. Kanishmani, have I used Angular in the past? Yes. In the distant past, I used Angular 1. Did I ever upgrade to Angular 2? No, but I've used Angular 1. I don't like it. I much prefer, if I'm going to do something for me, I am not a JavaScript developer. I can get by, but that's not my main area of expertise. So Vue.js works really well for me because it's like it does what I need when I need something that sophisticated. So I use Vue.js. Yeah. Happy Puppy Tail, because I like to name my tests if I'm testing sort of a specific aspect of a class, like sort of from a feature standpoint. I want to put that in the name of my test to make it clear all these tests have to do with scheduling versus finding versus that kind of thing, because otherwise you end up with test classes that are really big. And plus it also gives me a sense of, if I've got a lot of those, like a Huddle service something test, and I've got like 8 of those, then my service might be doing too much. So so that's why. Yeah, I know a lot of my actually I don't know if it's a lot anymore, but some of my training and coaching clients, companies, especially large companies like some large financial firms, some large, how to describe them, a very large financial firm that you probably have in your wallet. Yeah, I can say that. Anyway, they use Angular a lot, and they always wanted me to say, hey, can you teach, Spring Boot and Angular? It's like, nope, I can do the Spring Boot part, and I can do the Java part. I'm not going to help you with the Angular part. I have no interest in learning that. Let's do a commit, since we've got all our tests passing. Let me just make sure the tests are passing. I can barely do CSS, yeah. I'm happy to do Spring Boot and Vue. That's fine. I have multiple projects using Vue. How much for Spring Boot and Vue.js? That I'll do. First, I got to get my refactoring to testable code class recorded, and then I'll work on my Spring Boot course. Thank you, Trampstars. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to give that class again, because I'm currently creating a self-paced video version of it. But if there's enough demand, I'll be holding another one. Probably not until May, June. Service can now schedule create huddles and find all of them. Hey, BK the Awesome. Is the class free? No. I do have varying levels of pricing for it, but it's not free. There's a lot of free stuff out there. Some of it is worth about that price. Some of it is better than free, but that one's not. But I am. So I don't want to go too far down that road. But I have a belief, whether it's true or not, that when you pay for something, you invest more of yourself in it. But I've certainly drastically dropped pricing for people if based on purchasing power. So there's what's called purchasing power parity. Also for students. And I'm looking at other ways to make it more affordable for folks. So join the Discord and or sign up for the mail list and let me know what you're thinking, because I'm much more interested in people learning how to code better and test better than making money off of it per se, or at least making money off of individuals. I make enough of my money off of corporations. All right, so well, let's see what's next. So scheduled huddles return for all huddles. One single scheduled. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in my Discord. Book study group, we're currently reading domain-driven design. Currently doing mob programming sessions. Right now it's only, I think it's just a study group. Oh, did we create a link for that? So besides that, the mob programming sessions that I'm working on this application for those, right now they're limited to people who've attended the class, but at some point in the next couple months I'll be opening them up to everyone as part of a not free service, but not expensive. And those are 90 minutes, or possibly we'll do some longer ones a couple of times a week. And we do mob programming, practice our TDD, practice our refactoring, and I'm facilitating all those sessions. Hey, Kenny's Prog Rock Jukebox. Well, I certainly don't make any money off of Twitch, or at least any money I make off of Twitch is immediately donated to organizations. I make my money by selling training to corporations who can pay me what I'm worth. Yeah, I don't make money off of software development anymore. It's all training. Yeah, if you want to edit that command, you can totally throw the word free in there somewhere. Okay, so we've got a single one. Have we propagated that throughout? Let's move up the stack. Let's go to our dashboard controller. So here we've got null. Let's go and create a new in-memory one. This should now fail because by default that starts out as empty. Great, BK the Awesome. Hope to see you there. That did not fail. That's unexpected. So that means I'm still faking it. Right. Oh, because I'm using active huddles. Let's for now change that to just all huddles. And I'll worry about active huddles later. In fact, that might have been premature anyway. Yeah, let's take this out. Now this should fail. Good. And in that case, because it's null, so let's go fix all our nulls. Oh, that one's null because we've configured it to be null, so we'll go fix that. All right, so we should still, though, have a failing test. Yeah, that's the one. Are we not doing null anymore on this? Let's see. Okay, good. So this one's failing because we didn't put anything in the repository. Let's go extract that out. So we'll save a new huddle. We don't care about its content. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Zone, date, time, now. Okay. What happened to their format? Okay. Thank you, Tramstars. That looks great. A little bit of love, mod love for our mod here, Tramstars, who's going above and beyond. Okay, so now we're back at passing tests. Let's go do a commit. Would help if my focus was here. So I could pay the big bucks, yeah. Shh, don't tell the Tramstars that. All right, so let's, so basically, now using in memory repository for huddles. All right, so let's take a step back and think about, what do I want next? What's the minimum that I need in order to make this thing usable? So we can create one, we can find them. Should we now create, we should probably, does the I forget what I did with the repository. It just adds it to the list, right? Okay, so we can see all of them. So now I think let's create a form so I can actually schedule one from the front end. Endofunctor0 says, would you call the class that represents the read DTO resource? If it was for JSON API, we'd still name it a view. I would not name it view. If I was returning it as what would eventually be converted, so if it's an HTTP based API, and that's what I was returning, I would not call it a view. I would call it, if I couldn't think of anything else, I'd call it a DTO. Generally, I like request and response, so it'd probably be Huddle response or something like that, or Huddle view. Not about Huddle view, but it would be have a response in there because it's the response to an API call. If I had something that was more specific to the API itself, I would use that, but I wouldn't necessarily use view. I might use DTO if I couldn't come up with anything else. But I tend to use request and response for APIs to help me track sort of, is this something coming in or is this something going out? All right, so let's pop back up all the way to the dashboard and allow us to create a huddle. Sorry, schedule a huddle. So we'll go, let's go into our dashboard view. Still don't know why it's not liking that. It's like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. So display the huddles, and then after we'll basically create a button, create a form, and then inside that create a button that says schedule new huddle. So this is going to be action, not accept, or action. This is going to post to schedule. Not thrilled with that name, but I can't come up with anything better. And this is going to be a post. And what we want with this is going to be basically the same bit of information. Do I want to deal? I don't want to deal with parsing. And I've dealt with this before in my Kid Money Manager. Let's go see how I solved that problem before. So in our web adapter, we had date formatting. So I think this is what I want. Whoa, what just crashed? Oh, Flubits. Did you crash hard? Yes, you did. Bye, Flubits. Bye. All right, so we're gonna grab this. Oh heck, I'll just copy the whole file right now. I'll pull out the other stuff. And then the important thing is in our resources, templates, deposit. So in class input type date. Right. Yeah, null pointer exception. Those damn null pointer exceptions. So I want input type is. Now, what is datetime local? I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, and that truly is a rabbit hole where it feels like you're on psychedelics. So that's what I want for that. Dang it. I should close these other windows. Yeah, type equals date, and then I'll have the th field stuff. Okay. Right. Okay. So let me copy into here. But this will go to a different place. And we don't need that. And we don't need that. Not sure about that one. So there's gonna be a local dates. Let's see. I take it in and I convert it. I'll worry about time zone stuff later. Okay. Oops. Damn it. Now what is it complaining about here? Oh. Well, of course I haven't used it yet. All right, so we're going to we're going to have a form. The form is going to take two pieces of information in right now. So we need to write a test that if we submit that information, that it works. All right, so let's go and write a test. That's going to be a controller test. So this is the view. Okay. So now we want create schedule new huddle results in huddle created in repository. All right, so we'll create that. And that. And so when we do dashboard controller schedule huddle, so let's go create that method. That's going to return a string. I guess technically I should have created an integration test for this being a post endpoint. So, all right, I'll do that. So I'm just going to return redirect. Actually, I'm not going to return anything useful. So let's put that on hold, and now let's step back out to our web configuration test. And we want post to schedule huddle endpoint redirects. So we'll perform a post to schedule and expect the status to be is 300 redirection. Okay. So this will fail when we run this because we're not doing nothing, or we are doing nothing. And basically it was expected redirection, but we got a 404. Did I expect a 404? Oh, I think I didn't put post mapping, so yes, that's fine. Right, because that's why I was writing that test. Okay, so we'll do post mapping to schedule. Now I expect it to fail because it's not redirecting. So we won't get a 404, but we'll get a failure on the status. Probably, yeah, basically it's complaining about the template, so close enough. What do I use to host my apps? Heroku. I love, love, love Heroku. I don't understand why anybody, if they have the choice, would use and try to cobble together 5 different services on AWS when they can just deploy to Heroku. I get it if you want to have specific services or things like that, but Heroku is just too easy. All right, Adanet, see you later. I'm not going to be going for too much longer. All right, so now let's redirect. Redirect. We're going to redirect to nowhere, basically, so that our integration test passes. Then we'll drop down into our controller test. That's where we'll figure out where we want to redirect to, which I presume will be dashboard. So this test should now pass. And it does. In fact, let's run all the tests. We'll still have the fail test that I basically put aside, but everything else should pass. Okay, good. So we finished the post test. Now we can go to this test and pick up where we left off. So we're going to hold on to the return of this. This is the page name. And the first thing we're going to assert is that the page name is equal to redirect to dashboard. And then we're going to insert that the Huddle repository find all has size of 1. And yeah, basically we're going to pass in something here, but we don't have that yet, so there's no way this test can pass. We'll fix this and then we'll work on that. So let's get this to fail as we expect. All right, let's go fix the redirect. Dashboard. Always think of the Meatloaf song whenever I write dashboard by the Dashboard Lights. All right, so that's as expected. And what we need to create here is basically a new schedule huddle form. So that class will go in our adapter and not in the test directory. Oh, we can use records here. Because right now we're not going to do any validation. Although we're not going to use any bean validation. And even if we do, that will be something we could add. So let's call this a record. And what we expect this... Oh, the naming conventions are going to be weird. Does that work? How did it work the other way? And is that why IntelliJ is complaining? Will it be able to figure out the properties if they're not... It must be able to figure it out. We'll be able to write to them? But that's why IntelliJ is complaining. Okay. So I think the reason why IntelliJ is complaining about this stuff being read is because IntelliJ is looking for getters, but it doesn't understand that TimeLeaf and or Spring understands records and does not need getters and setters, because records do not generate names with getters and setters, with get and set. It just has them as the name of the property. So I wonder if I said something like that, would it now understand it? No. All right. That's an experiment for another time. All right, so we've got the date and we want, this is a text. And so that'll be name. I guess I'll put a div on that. And then this will be date time. And that'll also be a div. And let's put, everybody gets a div. What does this look like? Oh. I don't think that's what I wanted. I just realized what I was doing. Oh, and I guess it's showing on the wrong screen. Whoops. I just realized I am creating the, which maybe is not a bad idea. Actually, maybe that's not so bad. Basically, I'm creating the fields and the button, although I think I have need to format that. assuming that on the dashboard page, you're going to want to be able to just immediately create a new huddle. I guess that's fine for now, but eventually I think I wanted that button to go to a page where you'd create the new huddle, but this is fine. And I can definitely tell my brain is getting low on energy. One thing I wanted to do here was display none found when there are none. All right, so that's the date one. And I need the th object here. And that's going to be schedule form. What did I call it? Schedule huddle form. Sure. Hey, Spister. So that'll be date, and then, oh, whoops, wrong field. That's going to be something else. That's the date. This th field is going to be name. So we got string name and string date time. Okay, I have no idea if that's going to work. That button is unstyled. That's a problem. I don't want to do too much to fix it right now. Do I just make it a submit? Yeah, let's do that. Button type equals submit. Okay. So what does that look like now? Why does that not look like a... All right, I'll figure out the styling later. Calendar. Oh, I'm gonna have to add time. Oh, that's gonna be... Is that gonna be a separate field? That might be a separate field. All right, well, I'll worry about that later. Okay, so we got our front end with at least the right idea of name and date time on the schedule huddle form. Schedule huddle form is a record. That looks right. Our dashboard controller test uses that. This test should still fail because we're not using that information. Hey, Swifster. You remember just enough Java from high school just to confuse yourself. Oh no, we get 2 failures. 2 failures. Why are we getting 2 failures? Template dashboard. What's missing? Oh, there is no name. Really? That's interesting. I probably should not be using a record for this. Heavy puppy tail, element input time. Yes, there's the input date and there's the time. There's also the date time local, which I'm not sure what that is, but yeah. All right, let's fall back and use and basically create a class. Oh, what am I doing? Let's have IntelliJ do the work for me. Why am I... The IDE works for me, I don't work for it. There we go. We don't need this stuff. Right, truncated, it's super. I don't know that that applies as much to coding. So what we want is actually getters and setters. So let's go do that. Oh, but these are final. These shouldn't be final. That's the basic problem, is these should not be final. All right. Now everybody should be happy. Is everybody happy? Well, IntelliJ's still not happy, but it's never been very happy there. But everything else now I think will work. So the issue with record is records are basically immutable. And we don't, that doesn't work well with TimeLeaf, which expects to take an object that it can call sets on to fill in the data. But it's still complaining? Why are you complaining? Really? Did I maybe do something else wrong? Why do I feel like I'm leaving something out? There's an annotation that I always forget if I need or not, which is the request body. Do I need that? Model attribute. The subathon's gonna end? Subathon? Is there a subathon? This should work. All right. Let's take a closer look at what's going on. So it's complaining that there is no bean name available as request attribute. Am I looking at the wrong thing? What line number was it complaining about? So template dash, all right, let's go back to our template. So it's saying that it can't find name. Oh! It's not dollar, it's star. Why didn't you tell me that? Oh, there's a Twitch streamer who did a month-long subathon. Wow. Still? Aha. So now it's complaining about schedule a huddle form. Oh, right, of course. Duh. Because I didn't put one into the page when this page is retrieved. Um, do I want to do that now? Sure, let's go do that. So in the dashboard view, in addition to adding that, we want to add, although I guess we could do this as a model attribute. Let's do it this way first. And this is schedule huddle form with a new schedule huddle form. No, I don't want to change signature. I'll create another constructor. Okay. Now will you work? Yes. Now we've got back to our one failing test that we want to fix. Oh, we're almost at the end of time. We'll go a little bit longer, and then we'll go raid somebody. All right, so we've got the form. The form is populated the right time. We have the post endpoint. Right now the post endpoint doesn't do anything, which is why this test is failing. So let's go fix that. So what we want to do is when we give it this, it goes and creates the right thing. So we're going to say on the service, schedule the huddle That's not going to work because it's expecting an actual date. So that's where we're going to use the date formatting. From browser, schedule get date time. Okay. And it doesn't like that because what this is returning is a local date time. But we want a zone date time. I wonder if I should change it to local date time for ease of use and then change it to zoned later. Let's see if I can just change this. Can I do... Oh, this is going to have to be changed anyway because this was assuming that the time doesn't matter, but actually time does matter. And this will require me to look into the browser. Let's take a quick look at that. Time is relevant, yes. Developer.mozilla. Usex web HTML element input date. So there's date, and then there is datetime local. What does that do? I'm sorry. How is this easily? How is this easily? That's easy? That's not easy. That's easy. Does Firefox not support? That would be ironic. Because it's not popping up anything. Some browsers may resort to a text-only input element that validates. Wait, does Firefox seriously not support this? That's hilarious. Firefox doesn't support, well, I guess Safari doesn't either. So, oh well. No support. No support. The input type is recognized, but no date specific control. This one has a bug, but basically it has no support. All right, well, that's good to know. I mean, I can understand IE not supporting it. Edge supports it because Chrome supports it, but that's unfortunate. Oh well, all right. At least I know. So then I'm gonna have to use time in addition to date. So this one is interesting. Does it not have like a drop down? I mean, it's easy to type, but I'm kind of disappointed it doesn't have a drop down. Is that also a bug? And what is Safari's problem? It's got its own bug. Let's see. Apparently the UIs for date, time local, and time are supported on the Mac OS. I wonder what that looks like, but I'm not going to worry about that. All right. So, sir, this is beyond your skill level, so you had some beers. I am so surprised you had some beers. And download Chrome and problem solve. No. I'm actually really disappointed that Firefox doesn't work. See, this is actually the one I'd want. Like, this is kind of what I'd want. I don't want to, I mean, it's fine, but, you know. Yeah, no, Spister, you don't ever have any fancy beers. All right, so we'll have to split that out. So let me make a note of that. We'll also need to parse from separate time field. So this ain't gonna work. I'm just gonna lie and see if it passes. All right, so that works. Clearly, this is not going to work when I actually start running it with a proper date from the UI, but I'll figure that out later. MD Bootstrap. Oh, is that the material design? Time picker. You know, the time picker, I'm actually less. It's not a huge deal. As long as it's just unfortunate that it doesn't have the combined date time picker. But I'm fine with it being separate fields. So that means my schedule huddle form, I mean, actually it sort of makes it a little easier. So my schedule huddle form will need a date. So let's go and delete all this. So it's going to need date and then time separately. And then let's go create constructor and then getter setter. And I'm wondering, am I okay with using Lombok for this? because I basically sidestepped that when records worked for viewing. Do I want to go down that road? Because I'd be fine using Lombok here, because this is basically a DTO. I don't know. Hazelnut and coffee cream ale. Yum. Hey there, Cook Poo. All right. Let's get this to compile. So this is date. What are we expecting again from the browser? Browser is YYMMDD. YYMMDD 33, yes. The 33rd of November of April, yes. What is the time format? What is the time format? Is there a space before the AM PM? Be nice if it converted it to 24-hour. Grapefruit and guava. I don't like grapefruit. I like guava. I don't like grapefruit. So the question is, what is this? How does this get sent in? Aha! The value of the time input is always in 24-hour format that includes leading zeros. Perfect. I do not want to include seconds. So that's fine. Step. Read only. Oh, that's interesting. You can include a list of values. That might be useful. Because I usually, when I schedule my huddles, my mob programming sessions, I don't do them. Usually there's a couple of predetermined times. That might be interesting. But that's... let's see. So step attribute, granularity. The default is step 16 case, 60 seconds, so... All right, so basically it's gonna send it as hour colon minute, okay. All right, so that's fine. That would be like that. Now what did I break? Oh, date time is wrong. Right. I just changed it and I didn't change it in the HTML page. So let's go do that. So this is not date time. This is date and then separately time. And this type is time. And this is time and this is date. Okay. Now that should work. And then we'll go rate somebody. Excellent. What the heck did I just do? Oh, right. Sure, SonarLint, what do you got for me? Yes, I know the to-do. Do I want to No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. But thanks for trying. All right, that brings us to the end of our stream.